Pastor Josh here. We are reading Acts chapter 28, verses 17 through 20. And persuasion requires respect. If we are going to persuade others to accept Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior, persuade someone to come to know Jesus or come to church, then it does require respect. We cannot be antagonistic, mean toward those that we want to persuade. So let's look at what the Apostle Paul does when he arrives in Rome. After 3 days, remember, he's arrived at Rome. The church leaders have come and seen him. And after 3 days, he called together the local leaders of the Jews. So notice this is not the church leaders, these are Jewish folks that do not yet believe in Jesus. And he calls together these elders, he calls together these leaders. And when they had gathered, he said to them, brothers. So here's an example for us to follow. You see the respect that the Apostle Paul is showing to his Jewish brothers. No, they are not Christians. And yet he calls them brothers. He has a kinship to them. He knows that Jesus Christ is the fulfillment of everything Judaism taught, of everything Israel was hoping for. And so the reason he is calling them brothers, the reason he is showing them respect, is because he hopes that he will be able to persuade them to follow Jesus. He says, brothers, though I had done nothing against our people or the custom of our fathers, yet I was delivered as a prisoner from Jerusalem into the hands of the Romans. I've done nothing against our people. When they had examined me, they wished to set me at liberty. We saw that with King Agrippa in particular. He said if he hadn't have appealed to Rome, he would have definitely been released. But we also know, because of the pressure that the Jewish leaders were putting on the Roman governors and the Roman leadership there, that it was actually in the interest of the Roman leaders to keep Paul in prison. So Paul's saying, of course, they wanted to set me at liberty. Why? Because there was no reason for the death penalty in my case, but because the Jews objected. And so here is a sin to avoid, a sin to watch out for, is when people are objecting for sinful, selfish reasons. The Jews are rejecting against the Apostle Paul, and when we see the term Jews here, we usually are being pointed to the Jewish leadership, the elders. So they are objecting to Paul being set free because they did not want him sharing about Jesus. Verse 19, but because the Jews objected, I was compelled to appeal to Caesar, him taking what right he had to save himself and ultimately get him away from the death penalty. I was compelled to appeal to Caesar, though I had no charge to bring against my nation. For this reason, therefore, I have asked to seek you and speak with you, since it is because of the hope of Israel that I'm wearing this chain. So you see, Paul still showing respect and wanting to persuade because he knows that the what Jesus Christ did is ultimately the hope of Israel. It's everything that every Jew is looking for is what Jesus did. And so that, of course, is a promise for us to claim, is that Jesus is not only the hope of Israel, he is our hope as well. He is the hope that will make all things new, all things brand new, all things fixed one day. We get to experience a small tastes of that in our own soul as we follow after Jesus Christ. He says, it's for this hope that I'm wearing this chain. I'm a prisoner of the gospel, as the Apostle Paul will use similar type words to describe his imprisonment when he is writing letters from prison to the churches that we see. Pray that has been a blessing to you. Pray that you will show respect to all those that you are trying to persuade to follow Jesus Christ. I'll see you all in the next video.